another awesome episode of Orphan Black. I'm already loving this season so much, even though we've only had 3 episodes. I thought it was awesome that Rachel was back, and even though I don't love her, and I know she's shady and she's not a great character, there's something about her that is kind of likable. I really like her accent, and I think she's just really classy, so I kind of like the character. I enjoyed watching them work on her bionic eye, like the Castor twin, which was cool to see a new Castor twin, or clone, Castor clone. But like they were able to pigment her eye so that it will look like a regular human eye, which I just thought was really interesting to see. Also, we see that the little girl clone is living with Rachel, and I feel really bad for her because she's sick. She has the same disease that Cosima has, and it's really sad because she's super young and already sick. And I don't know if it's like maybe they've just made so many clones that things are malfunctioning more. So I'm not sure how long that little girl will live, and I thought that was pretty sad. So we learned that the worm inside of Sarah's mouth has latched onto her, and that is just beyond creepy to me, and I'm still very concerned for her. However, I still believe they will not kill her off because she's the main clone and the main character pretty much. We meet a girl named Adele who claims that she is Felix's sister. However, I don't believe this at all. She had a really bad Southern accent, and I don't know if it was just the actress who was bad at Southern accents or if she was using a fake accent, because it is fake and she's not really his sister. So I want to know what you guys think about that. Do you think she's actually his sister or what? Because I think she has some kind of ulterior motive that we just don't know about yet. So to have Donnie and Allison's scenes really make my day, but to add in Helena to that is like the perfect world for me. I'm so glad that Helena lives with them because this trio is hilarious. I love it so much. I was laughing the entire time they decided to dig up Leaky's body. Of course, it's all for a good cause because they were wondering if he had that worm in his cheek so that it could be tested and they could figure out how to get it out of Sarah's cheek, and they figured out that yes, he did have that. So they also had to tell, or Donnie had to tell Cosima that he killed Leaky, and she was completely shocked because obviously, who wouldn't be shocked? You would never think that Donnie would be a killer. I'm still a little surprised that he did it, but I'm so glad that he did. So Art is getting suspicious because he's watching the footage from Beth's apartment, and he sees that guy from the police department go visit her. And he knows that something's up and something's not right. So that guy actually still works at the police department, and he confronts him. And he was like, I didn't really know why you were visiting Beth. And he was like, I was just worried about her well-being. So I don't know if he's going to keep putting the pieces together and realize this is a bad guy. Because at this point, I don't think he knows for sure. But if he does and I'm missing that, like, please let me know. So one of the crazier... there were a couple of crazy scenes, but one would be the dental assistant who Beth had thought was a friend. So Sarah goes to her because she thinks maybe she can extract the worm safely, and she agrees to help, and she waits till like everyone's gone. And I thought she was acting a little suspicious when she was looking out the windows, but I thought, well, maybe she's just making sure no one's going to know what she's doing. So as soon as she gets ready to operate on Sarah, she lets her know that she actually works for the opposition, like for the Neos, and she's been undercover the whole time. So she's probably going to kill her at this point because when you try to operate that way, it usually backfires. But the crazy thing was, like, Ferdinand shows up at the last second and slits her throat. It was just totally out of the blue. Now, I am not a big fan of his, and I still don't trust him, but he saved her life, so I really don't know. I think he's kind of a double agent at this point. But tell me what you think about him and how you think they will use his character and what they're doing with him here. Showing him being a good guy, because I'm kind of confused on how that will all play out. So actually my favorite scene of this episode was, it just had me just so laughing hysterically. Detective showed up at Allison's house looking for Allison and Donnie because they're investigating the murders at the auto garage, and they want to know if they've heard anything, I guess. Also, they found campaign material for Allison at the garage. So since Allison is digging up a body, Helena answers the door and has to pretend to be Allison. She cracked me up because she was like offering to take their coats, and then she offered them breads with her the funny way she talks, and she was trying so hard to just act normal. And then she had to be interrogated along with Donnie, and she just really did such a wonderful job, and it was kind of surprising. She even remembered people who helped out with Allison's campaign. She remembered their names. She did a great job for Allison. Like, I was so proud of her. And it just is good to see that kind of side from her, because she's usually so crazy and just, you never know what she's going to say and she can't keep it together. But she was actually able to pretty much keep it together when she was talking to the detectives. And I felt kind of bad for her when she told Sarah that she was having twins. And she was like, I just hope they don't turn out to be like me. And that was kind of sad. And I hope they end up being like healthy babies. And I really am hoping that Allison and Donnie will help raise them if she can't do it. And I love Helena. I really do think she's my favorite, but Allison is right up there. And they just crack me up when all three of them together. It's just so funny. Also, we have Mrs. Duncan, who is alive, and Rachel had thought that she was dead, but she is alive, but of course they don't get along at all. So, yeah, I mean, there's a lot going on, but the biggest thing I thought that was missing out of this episode was any sort of mention of Delphine's death or what. Like, I have a very strong feeling that she's alive, because they haven't mentioned, you know, if she's dead, and we're 3 episodes in now, and I think they probably would have cleared that up in the first episode of the season. So what are your thoughts? Thumbs up if you think she is alive, and what is she doing? Why do we not know she's alive? If she's alive, why is that being kept a secret from us? There has to be something more going on with that. I would love to know what you think about that. So, thank you so much for watching this episode of Kelly TV. If you just found this channel and you love Orphan Black, I'm covering all of season 4, so please subscribe and thumbs up this video if you liked it. And I would love to have you around to help me review other episodes of Orphan Black. I love to read your comments and kind of figure out what's going to happen in the show along with you, and I reply to all comments. So I hope you have a great day, and thanks again for watching.